Good afternoon. This is Professor Matt Peters, and this is my weekly update for week 11 for both of my classes, Management 3413, Production Operations Management, and Management 3423, Management Information Systems. So I have to tell you, I feel like the world has gone crazy the last couple weeks. It's just getting nuts out there, and I hope and I pray that you all are doing well, that you're staying safe, and as much as possible that you're staying home. So my family and I, for spring break, we drove out to Arizona to visit my parents, like we do a lot of times in spring break. And I was watching the news from there and just saw more and more things closing down. And finally decided, you know what, we need to get back home to Oklahoma. So we actually left my parents' home about 2 days earlier than planned so that we could get home. And, you know, we saw restaurants closing along the way. We saw hotels in New Mexico closing. It got crazy, but we made it back home. We're in the house now. We actually got some groceries. And so we're safe, we're good, and we'll probably be hunkered down here for the next who knows how long. But I hope you all are doing well and staying safe. So some changes at RSU that I'm sure you've heard about, but I want to reiterate just in case you haven't. RSU is extending spring break. So this is our week 11. It's actually week 2 of spring break. So you don't have any work to do this week. You have no assignments due a week from today, next Sunday. You have 2 weeks of spring break this week or this semester. During that second week, most professors are going back to campus and they are going to be changing their classes completely to be online. So they've got a lot of work ahead of them. Fortunately, my classes are both already 100% online. So I don't have a lot of changes, but I did have to adjust our schedule to allow for these 2 weeks of spring break. So that means there's going to be more work over the next 2 weeks for week 12 and week 13. I've had to condense those weeks a little bit, and we have very few weeks to work with for the rest of the semester. So in 3413, that's Production Operations Management. That means in week 12, you're going to have chapter 12, you're going to have exam 2, and you're going to have part 2 of the SAP project all due that week. I'm opening up chapter 12 early, so you can get a head start on that. And of course, SAP, we've been working on that all along. You may already have part 2 of that done. And I'm going to extend the time frame for exam 2 just a bit so you have extra time to work with. So hope we're able to get all of that in. Then for 3423 MIS, that means in week 12, we're going to do McGall chapters 1 and 2. And I've actually moved our term paper to be due at the end of week 13. So you have an extra week to submit those. Unfortunately, that means I have one less week to grade them. So my life is going to get crazy after that. Other changes, I'm going to have to change my link for office hours. So if you've saved that link somewhere, that's changing. Here in the next couple of days, I'll get that updated on our site to make sure that if anyone needs to reach me for office hours, you have the correct link. Beyond that, I know I'm behind grading some assignments and replying to email. I tried to, during spring break, to put everything aside just to focus on my family. But I've gotten behind. But this extra week of spring break this week will give me the opportunity to make up on that. So I should be all caught up by the end of this week and then ready to finish out the semester. So that's all I have for today. Again, this is your week 2 of spring break. You have no assignments to do. You have nothing due next Sunday. If you have the opportunity, you can work ahead and get ahead on some stuff. Because the next 2 weeks after this are going to be busy. So as always, if you have any questions or concerns, please send me an email, a text, or a phone call. If you have if you have difficulty with any of the content at all, please let me know and I'll schedule some time with you. Anyway, hope you guys are home, hope you're well, hope you're staying safe, and I'll talk to you next week. Thank you.